His name is Anthony Valentine Madrigal. His mother named him Valentine because he was born on February 14th, 1944. So some 70 years ago, at birth, his mother saw something special, that he had a huge heart.
He is, without a doubt, the most kind, generous, decent human being that I know. And he does it on a daily basis.
When I think of Tony, there's two things that come to mind. I can't imagine my life professionally without him. Secondly, just how deeply he cared for me and my family. You just don't find that every day in a mentor.
Tony is a special person because he has a special heart, and I think that everybody that meets Tony, it has their own place in his heart too. And he genuinely cares for everybody, which is awesome, and I think that every person he meets kind of shapes him in a way too.
Tony is just an incredibly generous person, and to me, he's always truly and genuinely cared about how I'm doing and how my family's doing, and so he's always asking, how's Beth? How are the kids doing? And he'll remember little things about the kids and ask how they're doing in school or how they're doing in their golf game, things like that. He just truly cares, and then I see it when he comes and talks about the employees and how he wants to make sure and do what's best for them too. He's just a very caring person.
Tony's a very generous person and probably the best boss I've ever had. I consider Tony a friend.
Tony's become a tremendous friend to me. He has an enormous heart for people, an enormous heart for life, and I'm gonna miss that.
If I had to describe Tony in one word, I would say passionate.
Loyal.
A friend.
Energetic.
Generous.
Benevolent.
Supportive.
Considerate.
There's a lot of good adjectives you could put on him, but I just like Tony as a person.
My best memory of Tony was about 4 or 5 weeks after I started working for him. We were at a training event in Ohio, and there was a WSU basketball game on that night, and it was freezing cold outside, and we called around all of Columbus, Ohio to find a bar that was playing it. So finally we found one, and it was getting close to game time, and when we parked, we could only park like 2 blocks away. The man was 70 years old, and he beat me to the bar. This dude like actually sprinted past me, and he's like, yeah, I played a lot of ball in high school. I'm like, I know, but you're 70. So I'll never forget that, and I thought, man, this guy's gonna be a lot of fun to work for.
Tony called everyone into the middle of the office, and he pulled out a couple dozen My Pillows and handed them out to everyone. And here it is right here. Carried everywhere I go now.
He always exceeds me in steps per day. He'll go to the mall and he'll walk steps, and he exceeds 10,000 steps, which is unbelievable.
I value generosity not in the big acts that somebody does, but in the little random acts of kindness and thoughtfulness. For example, one time Tony was walking through the office drinking a protein shake, and I mentioned that, I like that kind of shakes. From that point on, he would bring me protein shakes, or he'd buy cases of them for me from the store. I guess I should have mentioned that I also like flat screen TVs.
Oh, I enjoyed the 34 years of working with him. That's basically it.
The one thing that I would like to say to Tony, if there was one thing I could say, it would be thank you for giving me the opportunity to learn the insurance business and bringing me on board, and I'm very grateful for that.
Tony, you're an amazing person. You've helped so many in your life, and you've worked so hard. You need to have fun and go play golf more. So thank you.
Thank you, Tony Madrigal.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you,
Tony.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you, Tony, from the bottom of my heart.
Thanks, Tony.